I'm having a little technical, logical difficulties. Please stand by. Let's see. Oh, there's my little bubble. My little bubble's going round and round. Good afternoon, everyone. And the no ones, and the ones that don't want to be seen. My little faceless minions, good afternoon. Okay, I did that. Why didn't my picture change? Down here. That's weird. Okay, whatever. No worries. Just hanging out. Nice, chilly, rainy day. Got a little fireplace going. Kicking back. Waiting for my neighbor to come strolling down any minute. So I thought I would just do a quick little Oh, and I'm back from kicking myself out of my own live stream. I had to go put myself in timeout there. I do that a lot. I have to put myself in timeout. Wow. So, what is going on? Let's see. Lots going on. Lots going on with me, actually. Why do I do that? I don't want to do that. There we go. Lots going on with me. The ideas just keep pouring in to this massive mountain of madness. So I'm finishing up my first attempt at a short story called, as most of you know, The Infamous Nathan Kevite. So of course I need a character for the infamous Nathan Kevite. And I already had one kind of pictured. It's based on a true story, but apparently it doesn't take place in a real place, or a real place that's yet to be discovered. We'll see about that. Let me introduce you. The one, the only. We gotta get him kind of situated before I turn the camera on him, because he's very camera shy. He's very elusive. Okay. And we're gonna work on him while I chit chat and a few other things that I'm working on, a few other props and stuff, and some ideas that just came flowing through. What I did, okay, give away all your secrets. You never do, right? But I haven't purchased one thing, not one thing. The only thing I purchased was some paints when I did the glass table, some spray paint and sealant when I was spray painting my cabinets and some other stuff. But besides that, everything that I have been doing prop wise and storytelling wise and all that are things that I've had around the house. And I've just been bored to death after not dying back in September. That's a story. Let me just kind of hit on that. So I was diagnosed in 2016 with chronic kidney failure, stage 3. And I kept going up to a stage 4, which is pretty much dialysis. And they kept saying if I kept doing that, they're going to have to put me on dialysis. And I'm like, yeah, hail to the fucking no. No, that's not going to happen. I don't care. I am not going to live my life with doing that to my body and only maybe having 2 good days. Now hook me up and let me go home. So I went ahead and I got rid of everything, you know, my car, everything, and pretty much, you know, like did my prepaid cremation. I don't want a funeral. What do I care? I'm not even going to be here. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, so long story short, when you find out it was the antibiotics that were, don't make fun of the way I say antibiotics, please, that I was allergic to. And since last September until my last past hospital stay, which was not kidney related, by the way, I have been getting better and better and better and better. So anyways, when that happened, I'm like, well, hell, now what? Okay, so now I'm like, you know, what do I do with the rest of my life, really? Because I was really planning on like, okay, well, you know, if that's like, you know, my future. And at the same time, one of my BFFs out here was passing with cancer. And we were like, well, maybe we'll go together, you know, and we can hold hands. And because I have this little statue of a little blonde and a little redhead, and they're holding hands, and it says best friends. And I'd given that to her back in 2010 for Christmas. And anyways, that's the only thing I wanted back. Anyway, I had that statue, so you know, we were saying that. Anyways, she passed, and you know, I figured, okay, well, I'm next. And I was, you know, it was no big deal. I mean, it's not death. I'm not scared of death. I'm not scared of death because I just kind of have a feeling I know where I'm going. Anyways, so long story short, I got rid of my stuff, and so now I don't have to get rid of my stuff. You know, now I'm not, and blah 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 blah. So what am I going to do? Okay, so what am I going to do? Bam! Now the virus hits. Okay, and so now I'm stuck in my house, right? But not stuck in my house because I like being in my house. But I had a friend come by and stay. She was only supposed to stay for a week, and then the virus hit, and obviously she couldn't just like leave because nobody was allowed to travel, and she has congestive heart failure, so of course she's not going to be able to travel. And so anyway, so we were stuck together, and I just started putting together everything on scraps of paper to finish that book up and write the happy ending or the ending, whatever, blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, now what? So then I started just like messing around with paints, and I had these 2 windows that came from an old barn, really cool. You know, they were all like all messed up and jacked up, and the paint's chipping off and stuff. So I drug them in, and now me and my friend are sharing this very tiny apartment space. So it's kind of like what they call a shotgun apartment, but not really, because it doesn't when you open the door, it doesn't go where you can see all the way through. There's like you have to walk around a wall. Anyways, so there's like the living room, the kitchen, and the bedroom, and then the bathroom is in the bedroom. So she kind of like had the living room area that was hers, and mine was the bedroom area, and then of course, you know, community kitchen. So anyways, so I was in there the majority of the time because I'm writing and I'm doing that, and then she's trying to look for work, and I mean, you know, everything was fine. So I started like dabbling with paintings, and then I'm like, oh my god, so what if I do this? What if I do that? And then I ran out of paint, so I was using nail polish. But my point is, everything that I have created that you see that I've posted on my channel is all from stuff that I've already had in my house. I have not purchased anything, like I said, except for spray paint, some spray gloss, and that's about it. I had already had all the nail polish and and the stained glass paint. And the stained glass paint that I used, this is hysterical, is like those little kitty like stained glass things that you get that like plastic at Walmart, and they come with like 6 different colors. Yeah, with those little teeny brushes, that's what I used. So it was fun. It was a lot of fun, and I enjoyed doing that. And I just went from there. Then I got to the point where, hey, if I set my bear up, because when I started Miss Mary Weatherby, it was just like she didn't talk yet. It was just like her sitting like at a desk. I had a notebook in front of her, and I propped like a pen in her hand with some glasses on. It was very basic, and I just took the still shot, and then I incorporated this, and I wrote like a therapist or psychologist would write notes on people. Well, then I'm just like, that'd be so cool if she could talk. Then I came across an app that's called Pet Talks. Makes, you know, you take a snapshot of your pet or whatever, and you can manipulate it and make the mouth move and stuff. And I'm like, oh yeah, I am digging that. So then I went a little nuts with that. And I've got, I think, 2, Canyon and Don't Let Her Go, that are on my channel that I have posted from my collection called On Scraps of Paper, which is a poetic journey of my last 17 years here on Earth. And so anyways, long story short, then I started making like there was that brilliant first full like harvest moon, you know, those real big moons and stuff. Just love them. So Sadie Lou, hold on, I'm gonna have to mute if Sadie Lou, hold on, y'all. My dog's gonna go a little quackers. Don't go quackers. It's okay. It ain't no one gonna hurt you. Ain't no one gonna hurt the Sadie Lou. Guys. Oh yeah, I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna make the moon talk. So I'm in the moon talk. And I made something else talk. Oh, my turtle. I have this glass light turtle, and I made the turtle talk. Then I made my clock talk. Then I made my little Disney statue Dopey talk. And that's where the trouble began. Yeah. Anyways, we're not going there, because a lot of you have already heard that story. And I still have Dopey. I'm going to make him talk again. You watch. So now we just zoom a little ahead. And so now I have this character, Nathan Keylight. What am I going to do with Nathan? Who is Nathan? So I have to become Nathan to know who Nathan is, right? not so much like, alter identities or anything. It's called method writing, just like a method actor would do. So the story's been written for a minute. The story wasn't hard to write as much as it is putting it all together. That's what I find a little difficult, is putting everything all together and having that patience. So, because I have no patience. So when I'm sitting there and I'm trying to mess with lighting or something like that, and it's not working, like after like the 15th millionth attempt on trying to get this lighting right, I'll set it aside, which is better than my old norm, which would have been physically throwing the SOB against the wall and shattering glass. I picked up a lot of glass in my lifetime because I would just go, I will use whatever and just like toss it, because that's how frustrated I would get, because I'm such a perfectionist. Bye, have a good night. Excuse me for yelling. Love you, girl. That's my neighbor. Man, love her to death. And she's gonna help me tonight. Oh yeah, please. That'll be awesome. Do the last thing, the last poem that I wrote, Who Summoned Me? Well, I tried to do it like she is in her grave. Venus is in her grave. Venus Star, who is one of my aliases I write under, who is a very, very naughty little person. She's very sweet, but she can go beast mode in a second. She's the bitch in me. She's the one that don't put up with the shit. She's the one that you don't want to cross. Yeah, because she'll go at no ends to fuck a person up. Sad to say, but oh well. And that's why that was an old part of me, a very, very old part of me. For basically for survival. Survival of the fittest out there sometimes, and I've been through a lot. Got a lot of stories. So not to bore people with just stories, I've turned them into poems. And the poems into visuals. Turn the visuals into actual movie visuals now, but not like a motion picture type thing. I don't know. I'm like in that. I don't know where I'm at with that. I'm just trying new things and trying to think of different ways to project my perspective on what I'm writing that nobody's done before, or nobody's doing, or the most obscure things. Excuse me one moment, please. I have to cough really. Oh my. I should just have another cigarette, huh? In fact, I think I will. Maybe it's the lack of nicotine in my body. Or that I have my windows open in fall. Hey. Oh my goodness, excuse me. So, I've been working on some things, and I don't know, I just thought I would share some things that I use and do. It might help somebody else, or give somebody else an idea on how to improve it. And by all means, none of the stuff that I'm about to show you is copyrighted. Have at it, because they don't bother me. I would love nothing more than somebody to come and take a pile of my friggin' writing and just go rapid or whatever. Seriously, I'm better off at coming up with the ideas and then like starting them and saying like, here, this is my idea and this is what I got so far. But I'm kind of like at that point where, all right, that's all I got. And not taking that next step to not so much not finish anything, because I do. It's just that there's so much of it coming in. There's so many ideas now, especially lately, with the whole Mars media coming into effect, and just, I don't know, maybe it's just an explosion of creativity that I'm going through. And I know there's a downside to that too. I had writer's block for many years, from the age of 14 to actually to the age of like 40. So I mean, that's like what, a long time. I don't do math. I don't even care how simple it is. I'm just not even going to go there right now. Anyways, excuse me. It's a lot of years I didn't write. A lot of years. And then bam, from 40 to now, it's just been kind of an explosion of creativity. And now comes painting, and then now comes creating little sets and making little objects out of nothing. Like I'm going to make a Nathan Kevite's a drummer, so he needs a drum set, and he's a skater dude, so he needs a skateboard, right? So I'm going to have to make him a skater, a skateboard, and a drum kit. And so this morning, as I'm going to toss away my peanut can, I'm like, oh yeah, no, this is like the perfect bass drum for the proportion of what I'm about to show you. Who is the character of Nathan Kevite. And then I'm like, okay, well, I've got the out, because I had a picture of my son's skateboard. So I cut that out, and I was just goofing around, right? And I have like this little plastic soldier. So like I actually made like this little skateboard, like his actual skateboard that he had, that I had taken a picture of. Some a pipe filter, and on the end of the pipe filter, I had two little small nails sticking out and two little round red beads. So that was the truck and the axle and the wheels. So I'm like, and I was just laughing to myself, giggling, keeping myself busy as I'm writing this story. And I'm like, that's so cool. I'm like, oh my God, wait a minute. I got this like soldier dude and my son being in the army. So now that I have this, a picture of, yeah, this little soldier dude throwing a grenade from the skateboard next to the Fabergé egg. Yes, the golden egg has been found, people. It has been found. Batman found Egghead with the golden egg of Silly Putty. For those of you who know me, know the story, golden egg with the Silly Putty. And when I went to go show the egg was literally gone from its little place. And I couldn't find it for like ever. Well, I found it just the other day. But I made like this whole thing of, oh my God, somebody called Batman because Egghead stole my egg. And anyways, trying to be funny like I always do. Just babbling bullshit and random thoughts off the top of my head. That's just how, this is me. This is Nancie. This is who I am. This is a day in the life of, I woke up this morning, okay, literally, well, this afternoon, because I didn't go to bed till 6:30, so I didn't get up till like noon, which is fine with me. I'm used to those hours. But anyways, I woke up, and the first thing that pops out of my, why Sage? And who said so? And the song that's playing in my head is a police song, and so I just started singing this song, but that's how I woke up. And then all of a sudden it was like what I like to do first thing when I wake up is, well, of course, thank my creator and my Jesus for giving me another day. Okay. And do whatever my spirituality and my beliefs are, my prayer, my blessings over everybody, and, my whatevers. But I do what somebody had told me to do about writer's block is do a morning's pages where you write whatever comes to your head, no matter what it is, just write it. You don't reread it. You don't share it. It's for nobody else but you. And what it does is supposed to get rid of all the babbling bullshit that's going on in your mind to clear a path to make way for the creative side. So I did that for a very long time, writing, handwriting. And then I'm like, no, I'm just not doing it. My arm, my hand hurts. I'm just not doing it. So then I started recording my voice and doing it, but I made the mistake of listening. And then I'm like, oh my God, I sound like a tard. I'm like, oh, this is ridiculous, and kept erasing stuff. So now I call them my garbage page. And I have a few of them, and somebody can call them a rant or whatever. It's just crap off the top of my head. So I'll walk through and I'll be just talking to myself, literally out and getting it out. And not to be funny and not to be sarcastic and not to say like all three of us had a meeting this morning. I'm really being serious here. I will walk through and talk out loud like, okay, hey, I can see this working. Okay, what did I do with the rubber stamp? That's right. I put it next to the ball of, oh, that's right. And then I'll walk and then I'll like stop, talk exactly like that. And go from like, so you might want to call it mass mania. Okay. But it's clearing my mind and all that, that stuff that's going on in my mind, that never stops. It's slowing that process down and it's making me be able to relax more. And once I relax more, instead of being so high strung, because those of you who know me know how I can get. I can get from 0 to fucking a million miles an hour in a hot second. And it's hard to reel me back in sometimes. And it's a learning process. I'm learning how to try to control something before that happens. So I've noticed the more that I'm doing this and the more that I am talking through it verbally out loud, it helps even more because I'm projecting like, okay, where did I leave that? Where did I leave that? Because my apartment is constantly changing. My apartment is not like anyone's normal apartment. I am not anywhere near a 9 to 5 Girl Friday anymore. Okay. I have like shed that shell and reverted back to the 13-year-old in me that started this creativity and the writing and the figurines. I had every single figurine from Disney. Okay. Because I grew up and I was born in 1962. I grew up with Disney. I grew up living in Glendale, California. Going to Disneyland 2 or 3 times a year was not a big deal, and loved it and just loved everything about Disneyland. They called it Dizzyland, I was there. My mom has a picture, had taken a picture of me. So it's back in the 60s. So with the 60s, so she's wearing that 60s fashion. And here's me in this like little dress, all cutesy looking, because she had me always looking so cute with the little um, Disney Mickey Mouse ears hat, you know what I'm saying? And one of those big lollipops in my hand, and I'm holding her hand, and the three little pigs are like standing off to the side, and I'm throwing a tantrum. Yeah, I wish I still had that picture because that picture said a lot of what it was going to become, I guess. A little spoiled little bitch, you know what I mean? For real, for real. Anyways, so, but I grew up with that. So I had like all the figurines, and I had, my dad was a carpenter. So he had made me this brilliant toy chest and put these glow in the dark stickers on it. And I had glow in the dark stars on my ceiling. And I had my little record player, and I had all the records, and I'd listen to Cinderella and Snow White, and I had the figurines, and I would like move them around and act it out. I was an only child, you know, and then it was like, um, then I would change my room around and make stuff. So all of that, you know, from being a little girl up until like the age of 13, when I kind of dipped out and ran hard with the other side, with the darkness, for reasons that you can only imagine. If you read my profile, it says it right there. You know, getting about to the victim part, and there we go. So, anyways, and that's neither here nor there. Anyways, so I was talking to someone the other day, and we were talking about addiction. And I will never blast the name out unless that person is. I love the smell of cinnamon freshener. Yes, this is me. I will go from talking about Disney to addiction to cinnamon freshener without even getting to the point of the first point that I was trying to make 4 hours ago. And then I'll giggle about it and laugh about it. Okay, so let's reel myself back in and let's like finish a point first, shall we? So I was talking to a friend, a new friend, whom I think is like such a sweetheart. Anyways, about addiction, and from what I heard, when you get clean from everything, okay, you revert back to the age you were when you first started using. Okay, now I totally understand that in my head, but asked about it, I was like, I couldn't quite. I am working on my brain to mouth process, which my brain works way faster. I'm sure a lot of you can understand this than my mouth does. So what's in my brain, by the time it gets to my mouth, my brain's already on next month. That's how fast it is. And I can keep track with it if I'm writing. But if I'm speaking, I need to slow my speech down because my speech could not go as fast as my brain goes. So I'm working on that. So we are actually doing therapy on my own self, live with my own self, talking to my own self. Isn't that cool? Because apparently nobody's here but me, myself, and I. And that's really cool. And Sadie's sleeping. Yo, Nate, what are you doing? Nathan over here, and I think he's just chilling. I think that he smoked way too much of his medication yesterday or today or something, man. What's up? Anyways, Now I'm getting bored. So I think I'm going to wrap this up. I think I did enough babbling bullshit for one day. What time is it? Very good. Look at this. It's 5. That was good because I put the phone down and didn't even look. So 5:43. No, it's 5:24. So, anyways, again, my name is Nancie E. Reid. I am, therefore I write. V-Star 333 stands for Visual Storyteller and Rebel times 3. 3 is my number. I've always done things in threes. I like 3. I like the 3. 3 is supposed to be a godly number, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. A lot of things about the 3s. Now, I'm also Venus Star. I wrote under Venus Star on poetry.com when I had my own website. It was Wazzamatta, WAZZAMATTA.com. I wrote under Moco Space when Moco Space was really cool before it turned into a full-blown meat market, under Venus Star. So a lot of my stuff from very twisted romantic triangle type. Just blame Ernie. Yeah, I called you out, bro. I'll do it again as much as I want. But nobody knows who you are. Anyways, they don't even know if that's your real name. It could be Bert. Or Ernie could not exist. And that's another thing. Stories. You're never going to know which one's real and which one's make-believe. vForce out.